Well, good morning. We have been talking about our house values the past couple weeks. So we started with Jesus is better, went to we speak highly, we enjoy life, and then finished off on Wednesday with we are people bringers, and we'll hit some more this upcoming Wednesday, another three. But I did want to talk about a passage that kind of has to deal with we are people bringers. Luke 5, it's also in Mark 2, but Luke 5 and verse 17, it says, "Now it happened on a certain day, as he was teaching, there were Pharisees and teachers of the law sitting by who had come out of every town of Galilee, Judea, and Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was present to heal them. Then, behold, men brought on a bed a man who was paralyzed, whom they sought to bring in and lay before him." So here's the thing. You've got four men who have this man we assume is their friend, because you're going to see they're going to go through great lengths to get him to Jesus. So we assume that they're friends with this man who is paralyzed. He just lays in his bed, and these four men are so determined to bring this man to Christ. And I think in the story you're going to see it's not necessarily for healing, because they desire to bring him to Jesus. And I think it was one of those like, hey, hopefully Jesus can heal him, but if not, we want him to be able to hear Jesus speaking. So in verse 18, excuse me, "Then behold, men brought on a bed a man who was paralyzed, whom they sought to bring in and lay before him. And when they could not find how they might bring him in because of the crowd, they went up on the housetop and let him down with his bed through the tilling in their midst before Jesus." So here's what happened. These four guys are carrying this man. They get to the house and jump. It's packed out, right? You can't actually fit any more people in there. So instead of just giving up, instead of just saying, you know what, I tried, there's an excuse now for me why I tried, but they're not coming. They take the man up onto the roof, pull back the roofing, and drop him down inside. Not like drop, but I mean like lower him down to where he's in front of Jesus. And so then the story continues on. "When he saw their faith, he said to him, 'Man, your sins are forgiven you.'" And he's going through this conversation with these men who have brought this guy before Christ to be healed, not necessarily just of his infirmity, but also of his sin condition. So the scribes and the Pharisees say, whoa, 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 wait, who's able to forgive sins but God alone? And so Jesus says, why are you reasoning in your hearts? Which is easier, to say your sins are forgiven you, or to say rise up and walk? But that you may know that the Son of Man has power on the earth to forgive sins. So he says to the man who is paralyzed, "And I say to you, arise, take up your bed and go to your house." Immediately he rose up before them, took up what he had been lying on, and departed to his own house, glorifying God. Could you imagine being the friends? Right? You had brought this guy before Jesus. Now he's healed. Now he's forgiven of his sins, and he's walking back home. That's why we're people bringers. Because our goal is not just to satisfy some sort of 5-minute fix. Our goal is to satisfy a lifelong longing of the soul. And so your hope, your dream should be that whatever it takes, your friends that you care so much about, you will bring them to see Jesus Christ, and you will bring them to get healing of their soul because you love them and care about them. And no excuse, whether it be a full house or whether it be someone's paralyzed, it doesn't matter. You will bring that person to Christ, because we are people bringers, because Jesus is better. I ask that you pray this week, or today especially, for Landon, that he has a good week at school, that we get to see him again here soon. All right, have a good week.